right, we're out here picking figs. I don't want them to go bad, and they're all falling off the tree. They're ripe, and that storm's coming, so it's going to end up knocking them all down. So I'm going to go over there and pick some.
Yeah, we got a hurricane in the Gulf. We're supposed to get 40, 45 mile an hour winds.
Oh, Loki.
I'm sure Loki will want a fig or two.
Loki. Look at his mohawk.
Yep.
Look at his mohawk. He's such a pretty boy. He's such a pretty boy.
You want a fig? Oh, he's biting me.
Oh, yeah, okay. Come on, Loki.
Oh, as soon as they see you walk by that fig tree, they'll come running.
Harley. Come on, Harley. There's a lot.
I know, that's why we got to get them off. It's plum full, but they're not plums, so that doesn't make sense. They're fig full.
Big full. Loki.
Here comes Harley.
Good stuff.
They love those things. Oh yeah, look, he's gonna jump on you now. He loves those figs. Just leave the little green ones and we'll...
Here, Harley.
He won't get near Loki because Loki will attack him. I guess...
I don't even, I think I need a basket. Like I can't reach those ones.
I can reach him, but go get a basket.
Alright.
I'll keep picking them. Take those in with you. Oh, they're mushy.
Some of them are, some of them aren't. You gotta pull them from don't pull them from the stem.
Just get a basket. I can figure this out. Wow, there's a bunch in there. Wow, we've never had this many figs. That's a lot of figs. I'm gonna make some jam. And preserves. That one eating on. Yep, give that one to the pig. All right, let me get some of these figs and then I'll come back. So here's our harvest. It's probably, I don't know, 4 cups.
And then there's some in the house.
And we still got some
too.
from the other day when we...
And there's still some on the tree, green ones.
Yeah, there's gonna be more coming off. But we'll give those to the pigs. We'll have enough jam.
Did you feed him one?
I fed him a bunch of them. Hey man, I was throwing them to Harley. That might have been one Harley didn't find.
Well, because he chased him off.
Probably. Looks like Harley's wanting in. Okay, now you got to pick up all this pig poop and put it over by that tree to...
Yeah, okay.
That's your job.
I'll get right on that.
All right. I already gave them to you.
Doggone.
Oh, he's biting me. Oh, he's biting me.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're done here. Okay, so she's gonna go with the dogs outside. Go pee-pee. Go. And feed the other critters. And I'm going to... I don't have a lot of light in here. Anyway, this is our haul. This is from the other day. We picked those. These are the ones we just picked. So I'll see how much we got, cut the stems off of them, get them in a bowl, and show you what we do next. Stand by. All right, so you want to cut the stem off, or else you might get some of that white milky stuff in there. You don't want that in there, it's bitter. And once I cut these, I'm going to cut them in half. I'll measure them. Stick them in my big pot. It's got a thick bottom so it'll heat very evenly, because the sugar, when you put the sugar in, I don't use a lot of sugar, but They do need sugar if you want syrup. If you don't stir it in time, that bottom will burn your sugar and it'll ruin the whole recipe. So stand by. Okay, so I measured all of our figs, and there was, how many cups did I tell you?
7.
7 cups. So usually it's figs, however many cups of figs you have, you do half of that with sugar, and then half of that sugar is what you want for water, but I don't like mine super sweet, so instead of doing 3.5 cups for 7 cups of figs, there we go. All right, so we got 7 cups of figs, and you would do 3.5 if you like it with if you want to turn it into like a jelly, a little more of a jam jelly, but it's just a little too sweet for me, so I'm doing 3 cups of sugar. And that's what most people use right there, is just that and sugar. But I like to add a smidge of cinnamon, not much, maybe half a teaspoonful. And then believe it or not, in order to bring out all this sweetness, you want just a very small pinch of salt. That's roughly a pinch. Then we're going to turn it on. Oh, we forgot the water. So I did 7 cups figs, 3 cups sugar, and I'll do 1.5 cups water. Put it on low, and we'll see what it looks like in a little while. Okay, so that's the sugar, the little bit of water, and the figs all stirred up. I got it on just a little bit above low, and I'm going to make sure that this sugar doesn't burn on the bottom. Now it's a thick bottom pan, so it's going to take a little while to hook up, and I'm going to stir it every 5 minutes for the next hour, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so we're right at 1 hour now, and it's rendering down really good. I'm stirring about every 5 minutes. I set my timer. There we go. Yeah, about every 5 minutes I come over, give it a good stir, make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. And I set my timer so I don't forget, because I'm not allowed to use the stove when nobody's here. I tend to start doing something, forget about it, and then whatever's on the stove ends up burning. But with the water that I put in there, you don't have to use the water. You could leave the sugar sitting on the figs in the refrigerator, and that sugar will bring out the moisture in the figs. But if you're in a hurry, you can add just I think I put half a cup or a cup of water in there. But the water boils off as you're cooking it. It turns into steam and floats away, and then you can see this is starting to get like a candy consistency to it. And I'm not sure if I want to make preserves out of this. I would just leave it like it is now. But I think what I'm going to do is actually make a jam out of it. So I'm going to cook it even more, or boil it even more. And then I'm going to take a potato masher or something and just break down those skins on the figs. So I'll check back with you in about an hour. So just so you can see what I'm doing here, I'm just putting it in, turning it. If you had a emulsifier, if it was underwater, under liquid, little hand blenders, those will work great. This works fine if it's cooked enough. Just clear it out. this is hot lava. So you don't want to splash it on yourself. That's why I use a deep pan. If you get this on you, it's gonna burn like, oh, what do they call that stuff they used to drop in Vietnam? I forget what they call it now, but just mush it up best you can. Let it sit a little bit longer for the, and then this is gonna be a nice spread for toast, bagels, or just whatever. So it's gonna be more of a jelly. So I'm gonna leave it to cook and really render down, make sure there's all the moisture out of here. And see how when those push through there, they'll get stuck on here. Be careful, you might have to get a knife to get all that off of there. Oh yeah, it's looking good. You can leave some big chunks if you want to, or you can do some jam and some preservative. Just take out what you don't. If you wanted to split this up, there really ain't enough here to do too much. But if you wanted to, just split it up after you cooked it down. So you can have, some people leave the figs whole and just eat them out of the syrup. And the syrup's kind of watery, but yeah, there we go. There's lots of different ways you can do it. All right, stand by. All right, so you want to turn down your heat once it gets thick like this. After about an hour and a half, you want to turn down your heat because there's less water in here. A lot of that water's done evaporated, and it will burn easy at this point. And you can see it's really lumping up. I got all the figs broken down. I'm just going through it one more time, make sure I don't have any big figs there. It should be, yeah, it's starting to get the way we want it. Now, you see when I stir in here, it's really thickening up now, and it's going to make a really nice spread. I think I'm just about there. It's turning into like a gelatin. So I'm going to turn my heat really low and just let it cook a little bit longer without burning it, because you don't want to go this far and then burn it and ruin it. So I'm going to turn way down low, and I'll check it and make sure another 5 minutes. I'll check it and see how thick it is and probably start jarring it up. All right, so I put my jars in the oven at 250 for quite a while. I think it was like 30 minutes, and then I turned the oven off and just let them cool naturally, but they're still warm enough that when I put this in, when I pour this into the jar, let's see what we got for temperature here. Yeah, this stuff's 216. So what does that mean? That means I don't have to water bath this. I can put it right into my sterilized jars, put a lid on it, and it'll pull a vacuum on my jars and seal them off. But before I do that, I'm going to splash. Yeah, that's Harley. He's waiting for me to drop something. Just a few drops of lemon in here. If it comes out of there. There we go. All right, so with the lemon in there, we're gonna start jarring just a second. Okay, so I put roughly a half a teaspoon of lemon in it, just to make it a little bit more acidic, and I'm ready to scoop this out. And I don't have my funnel because my wife hides everything on me. Anyway, you're just gonna jar it up. Try not to spill anything. Because if you do, this is like candy. Whatever it gets stuck to, it's gonna stick to it. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of headspace there. I'm gonna wipe my jar off and pop the lids on. Hold tight. Okay. So now I got three. Is that a quart? Hold on. It's super hot yet. What is that on there? I don't think it's a quart. It might be a pint. 3 pints out of that much. I left some jelly in the bottom of the bowl here, in the bottom of the tub, so you can see the consistency of that. That is thick jelly. And as it cools down, it's going to get even thicker. So I'm going to get it out of this pot. I'm going to put it on some toast. That's going to be mine right now. So I'm talking to myself now because it wasn't rolling. But anyway, I left a little jelly in there in the bottom so you can see how thick that's getting, just like regular jam jelly. I'm going to scrape that out before it hardens up and put it on some toast. And I got 3 of the pints. And if my lids don't, I know once it cools down, it's going to pop that. If they don't, I'll shove them in a water bath, but I'm pretty sure that's hot enough. They're gonna pop once it cools down and seal just fine. If not, they'll go in the refrigerator. They ain't gonna last long enough to get stored in the counter in the pantry anyhow. So you can use it to put it on top of a cake. You can put it inside a cake as a filling. You can use it for just about anything. Just put it on an English muffin. It's really good. On a biscuit, it's delicious. So that's how we do it. And that's growing the figs from the backyard. Feeding the pig figs. Bringing them in here, cutting them up, and making our own stuff with just stuff growing in the yard. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless. I left a little bit of jelly in the bottom of the pan. That's getting ready to go on a biscuit. Stand by. Okay, can't do this. All right, so there's it. That's gonna be good right there. All right. That's on a biscuit. Yum. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. You want some, Harley? Want a bite? You gotta bite it. You're gonna just suck off all the topping. You can't just suck off the topping. Get it. Get it. Want some, Hobo? He won't bite because I'm holding it. Oh, there he goes. All right. Thank you. Ended up water bathing him just to make sure.